Hello, good morning students. Today we are going to learn a new chapter, chapter 16, water. This is in your syllabus of first term, and this chapter is a very familiar chapter to you and very simple chapter and a very short chapter. That is why I selected this chapter to teach you now. So you know what is water. And what you know the uses of water, you know the sources of water, and how much it is precious for maintaining life on earth. Is water precious? Is it help in the maintenance of life on earth? Yes, a big yes. Without water there is no life. So conservation of water is very necessary. Save water, save life. There are slogans like that: save water, save life. So all these things you know. Now we are going to learn about water. First, an activity is given for you. An activity is given for you at first. Write 10 uses of water in our daily life. You know already for what water is used, and in your day-to-day life you are using water for most of your work. So what are the uses of water in our daily life? Write any 10 points about it. Next is water on earth. About 97% of all the water on earth is present in oceans and seas. 97% of all the water on earth is present in oceans and seas. You know, in the ocean water or sea water is salty. It cannot be used for our daily needs. So, this 97% of all the water present on the earth is not usable. What is the left? 3%. Only 3% of water on the earth is fresh water, which is good for human use. And out of this 3%, most of it occurs as snow in the form of glaciers and ice caps. Where these glaciers and ice caps seen? At the polar region. If you want fresh water, is it possible to go to the polar region, North Pole and South Pole, to take fresh water? No. Then where do we get fresh water? So fresh water present in groundwater. Then the underground water is fresh. And also fresh water present in rivers, lakes, streams, etc. So how can we get this underground water? Underground water can be taken from wells, tube wells, etc. And from rivers, lakes and streams, we purify the water. For what purification? Because it contains dust, germs. It is open places. Rivers, lakes and streams are open water bodies. So there can be germs, there can be dust, there can be impurities in it. So the water from these water bodies can be purified for human use. But it is fresh, it is not salty. It is not salty. And groundwater. So see this chart. In this chart you can see 97% of water. Of the 100%, this is 100%, this complete circle. Out of this 97% of water is sea water or ocean water. and this 3% is left. Out of this 3%, 2% glaciers and ice caps. This is the 2%. Glaciers and ice caps. And 0.7% another groundwater. 0.7%, but the left is 1%. Out of 3%, 2% in glaciers and ice caps. The left is 1%. Out of this 1%, 0.7% is groundwater, not readily available. We cannot get it readily. We have to make well or tube well, dig well or tube well for getting this groundwater. And the next one is 0.3%. 0.3%. Rivers, lakes and streams contain 0.3%. So this is the amount of water available on earth. So you have to remember this percentage value. It is important. Next, water supply. So you get water through a water supply system. Through a water supply system, you get water in your homes. So through water supply system maintained by civic agencies. It may be Panchayat, it may be NCL authority, it may be any other municipality. So they purify river water and through pipelines send it to the homes, offices, hospitals, schools. Every civic agencies get water. Every civic bodies get water through these agencies. They supply water from rivers or lakes purified in a water treatment plant. Water from rivers or lakes purified in a water treatment plant and is then supplied through a network of pipes to homes, offices and schools. This is the water supply system. Most of the rainwater and water from rivers and ponds seep through the soil to form underground water. Rainwater, water from the water bodies, etc. can seep underground, seep through the soil. They form the underground water. This water is trapped in the space between underground rocks. The upper layer of this water is called water table. How much water is present underground? उसका सबसे top level को water table बोलते हैं. The upper layer of underground water. So there is a word, this is a word for definition, an important word. What is water table? The upper layer of underground water is called water table. So you have to write it in your copy, water table. And the water below this layer is known as groundwater. So water table से लेकर नीचे जितने पानी है उसको ground water कहते हैं. The water below this layer is known as groundwater. So water table is the top layer of or the upper layer of the underground water. So how this groundwater is drawn for human use? Groundwater is drawn from wells, tube wells or hand pumps and is used for irrigation as well as for our daily use. So how this is drawn out? From wells, tube wells and hand pumps. You see. So next topic is rainwater harvesting. This rainwater harvesting we are going to learn in another video. In another video we will discuss about it. Now I have given you a homework. Once again I am reminding you the first activity in this chapter, write 10 uses of water in our daily life. We can use water for what activities? For watering plants, for washing, for cooking. Like that you have to write 10 activities and write it and show me. Draw this chart in your copy water on earth. Heading is water on earth. हेडिंग वाटर ऑन अर्थ हेडिंग लिखने के बाद आप ये चार्ट बनाइएगा. यू शुड नॉट राइट दिस पैराग्राफ. You should not write this paragraph. Draw this chart inside this box. Inside this box, you have to write this heading water on earth and draw this chart inside this box. Okay? And after that, you write the definition of water table and groundwater. Water table and groundwater. Okay? Okay. See you in the next video. Till then, bye.